My research is about the Zimbabwe Exemption Permits and how they limit access to citizenship and permanent residence. It also aims to show how amendments to the South African Citizenship Act, the Refugee Act, and the new Border Management Authority Act show an inclination to limit access to citizenship and permanent residence. The question is, does the South African government have an obligation to grant citizenship or permanent residence to Zimbabweans? The research found that South Africa is a member of SADC. SADC wants to promote regional integration. Article 5.2d of the Facilitation and Movement of Persons Protocol states that member states should promote regional integration, and member states should also remove any barriers that might limit or hinder the free movement of persons. However, the research also found that SADC policies should not take precedent over South African law, but South African law should be in line with the Constitution, and South African law should reflect the values being advocated for by SADC. Section 3 of the South African Constitution states that there is common citizenship. Section 3.3 of the Constitution says that this citizenship can be acquired without discrimination based on race, gender, and ethnicity. But who is a South African citizen? The 1955 Freedom Charter and the preamble of the South African Constitution states that South Africa belongs to all those who live in it. So the mere fact of living in South Africa means that a person can have access to citizenship and permanent residence. This research advocates for Pan-African citizenship that was advocated by Kwame Nkrumah, which states that states should move beyond citizenship that is based on the nation states, but a citizenry that extends beyond the national boundaries. The research also found that these permits operate and achieve similar objectives to the migrant labor system. These permits are not racist tools, but they are xenophobic tools in that they create othering and exclusion. The apartheid migrant labor system racialized South African citizenship, keeps South African citizenship white. The Zimbabwe Exemption Permits keep South African citizenship inaccessible to Zimbabweans. One of the main features of the migrant labor system was that foreigners were not allowed to live and work permanently in South Africa, so they were given short-term contracts of 4 to 6 months. The Zimbabwe special permits have 4 years. However, they prevent the permanent settlement of Zimbabweans in South Africa.